Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't come to Blood, Sweat, and Tears on January 25th of 2014, then you've missed one hell of a show. We saw the up-and-comer Derek Moss, thinking he was all big and bad, ran his mouth, had to come face-to-face with me, senior referee Timothy Givens, and then he tapped to the sharpshooter and Brian Ely. We also saw another screw job that had happened. Actually, two screw jobs that had happened. Dash and Flash, Benz and Logan, became the new PWA Tag Team Champions. And if you were there, you saw what happened. You saw General Manager Sage Ramsey, again, running roughshod in PWA, doing what he wants, how he wants, and making decisions for anything. He forced me to take the PWA Tag Team titles from the hands of Benz and Logan and hand them back over to the Disrespecticons, Scotty Cash and Jonathan Magnus, claiming that the match that was agreed upon was not for the PWA Tag Team titles. Darian Frost tried to take the match in a 2-on-1 handicap. Unfortunately, it didn't fare too well for him, as the Disrespecticons did nothing but decide to beat him down. Luckily, Flash and Dash, Benz and Logan's, was able to make the save. I'm hoping that Wells and Frost are able to get their rematch on February 15th at Saturday Night Carnage to take on Jonathan Magnus and Scotty Cash, the Disrespecticons, and regain the PWA Tag Team titles. I'm really hoping that Wells and Frost are able to get their hands on their former family member, General Manager Sage Ramsey, and exact revenge for what he had done at Day of Reckoning and for what he has done now at Blood, Sweat, and Tears. We have no real identification or word of why Wells was not in attendance and why Darian Frost tried to take on the Disrespecticons by himself. I'm hoping to be able to get that word and be able to report to you guys what's going on at that time. I also wanted to step a little bit into what had happened in the PWA World Heavyweight Championship title match between R-Dub and Zero Hype Guy Smith. This was a very, very physical match, back and forth. Guy Smith had the upper hand the whole entire time in this match. I even remember at one time the crowd going quiet because they watched R-Dub be splattered on the concrete floor by Zero Hype Guy Smith. Somehow, some way, R-Dub was able to regain his composure and pull out a victory over Zero Hype Guy Smith to retain the PWA World Heavyweight Championship. From what I understand, I've seen evidence, I've seen pictures that institutes and states that there was controversy in the match. Unfortunately, I didn't see with my own eyes while I was in there contesting the contest down the middle for both parties. But from what I understand, and I've been receiving word that it was General Manager Sage Ramsey again sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. I don't know how much longer the PWA fans and the rest of the PWA roster have to deal with General Manager Sage Ramsey's actions. How much farther this is going to get. How many more people are going to be screwed over, or how many people are going to get hurt because Sage Ramsey gets to do whatever the hell he wants. I'm really hoping that PWA management steps up and does something about this sometime soon before it's too late. Also at Blood, Sweat, and Tears, we saw the debut of Lucy Mendez who dominated Alley Cat inside that ring. We saw the difference maker, Christian Alexander, step in to take on Phase X Machina. Unfortunately, Phase X Machina absolutely dominating over the difference maker, Christian Alexander. If you weren't in attendance at Blood, Sweat, and Tears, not only did you miss a good show, you also missed everything involved in that show. We had an absolute awesome turnout for Blood, Sweat, and Tears, the very first show for 2014 for PWA. There wasn't very much room left. You almost had to stand on top of each other to be able to watch the show at that time. We also saw the Apex, Blake Steele, show up and answer Nelson Six demands inside that ring. Blake Steele unleashed a verbal assault on Nelson Six at that time, thus resulting in a one-on-one competition which saw these two tear down the house. There was all kinds of action in that ring between Nelson Six and Blake Steele. Unfortunately, because those two went all out, balls to the wall, the crowd was so involved, chanting, "This is awesome, this is awesome," the whole time. These two beat the hell out of each other. Blake Steele even held Nelson Six in the air for what I can remember as a 40 count on a suplex. At the time that Blake Steele decided to bring down that move, the momentum threw both men over the top rope, landing very hard on the concrete floor, which resulted in a double countout by referee Ricky. Unfortunately, both men were unable to stand on their own or even answer that 10 count. Referee Ricky took all necessary steps to alert the other staff members that there might have been a serious injury that could have happened at that time when Blake Steele and Nelson Six hit the floor. Nelson Six did make sure to let everybody know in attendance that Blake Steele did not beat him and never will. Again, you missed one hell of a show, PWA's Blood, Sweat, and Tears. What is going to happen on February 15th, Saturday Night Carnage? You're going to have to come and check out the show. You're going to have to go down to Yanni Zero's over on Stevenson Drive here in Springfield to get your pre-sale tickets. I will make the announcement when those tickets are available for pre-sale. I will let everybody out here on Facebook and YouTube and everywhere else, Twitter, Instagram, and everything, know when those tickets are available to purchase from Yanni Zero's. It is our permanent pre-sale ticket shop. Make sure you get your tickets, get a euro, say hi to John. February 15th at the JC Center here in Springfield will be Saturday Night Carnage. What is the next door for the new SOB to open? Where do they go from here? Toga Steve made an appearance at Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and he let the SOB know, again, that he is not a very happy person right now with either Demo or Slitzy. Unfortunately, Demo was shown firsthand by Toga Steve, and poor Slitzy ran to the back. Who's next in line to challenge Brian Ely for the regional championship? And unfortunately, where does Zero Hype Guy Smith go from here? This is the second championship match that he's received a screw job over the PWA World Heavyweight Championship. Who's next in line to step in to try to take the title from RW? What is PWA management going to do? General Manager Sage Ramsey. I mean, seriously. Sage Ramsey used his authority name of General Manager and forced me to do things that I didn't want to do myself. And that was taking the PWA Tag Team titles away from Benz and Logan and forcing me to take and count the 1, 2, 3 on Zero Hype Guy Smith again amidst all the controversy. Something needs done about this. And damn it, PWA management needs to step up and do something about it, and do something about it now. I've got a feeling that it's about to get worse if we don't have some answers from PWA management and some kind of discipline done to General Manager Sage Ramsey. How many more guys in the roster are going to have to fall hands to General Manager Sage Ramsey? This new alliance with the Disrespecticons and this so-called partnership that he has with our PWA heavyweight champion, R-Dub. I don't know. All I know is I'm just doing my job, and I don't have any other say-so. So make sure you check out Saturday Night Carnage on February 15th. The doors open at 6:30. The show starts at 7 p.m. I will announce pre-sale ticket time when that time comes available. Again, Blood, Sweat, and Tears was a hell of a show. If you missed it, that's your fault. You should have been there.